Hello folks, this is Rob McCage.
And Nancy Cummings, once again. We would like to introduce you to a tool that you can use as part of your study of groups, entitled the Group Development Observation System, or GDOS for short. In the coming slides, we'll discuss the GDOS in more detail, including the GDOS as a method used to help analyze the stages of group development and the 7 verbal categories needed for the analysis. Don't forget that you can refer to your GDOS textbook for more information on anything discussed in these slides. All groups, large and small, can benefit from having a deeper understanding of group process that's realistic and factual. We offer this as a resource and research tool. Assumptions. In putting together this tool, we're making the following assumptions. All conversation in a group can be placed into one of 7 codes or categories, and one category or behavior is happening at a time. Unlike other models, we've tried to simplify this tool. The 7 verbal categories. These are the 7 verbal categories: dependency, counterdependency, fight, flight, pairing, counterpairing, and work. These 7 categories represent group behavior in conversation. In the coming slides, we'll review each category in more depth. Again, we remind you to refer to your GDOS textbook for more complete information. Dependency. One of the first behaviors commonly found in groups are signs of dependency. You can find examples in your text. Some instances may include seeking direction, vulnerability, helplessness or helpfulness, and questions to the leader.
Counterdependency. As groups begin to develop, one commonly sees signs of counterdependency, which are assertions of independence, opposing the leader, rejection of the leader, and retreat.
Fight. As groups continue to develop, not everyone will agree. People will feel more comfortable and feel like they can insert their own ideas. One will begin to see signs of fight or disagreement. Members will make statements one might identify as disagreement, annoyance, sarcasm, or attack. You can find examples of these in your GDOS text.
Flight. Most groups will experience times away from task, and we refer to this as flight. They fly from here and now to the then and there. People might talk about the weather or sports or other topics not relevant to the needs to be accomplished. Sometimes people avoid discussion or withdrawal. We will describe behaviors like these as off-task.
Pairing. As groups progress, we find people wanting to bond. For survival, they express a desire to fulfill a wish or an emotional need. In pairing, we find statements of connection, greeting, affection, intimacy, or personal connection.
Counterpairing. Sometimes members go too far and try to become too personal, perhaps by asking inappropriate questions or disclosing too much information to the group, making others feel uncomfortable. Research shows that members practice behaviors that avoid getting too personal and will resist involvement in the group. You can find good examples of statements in which members detach or withdraw from or resist or reject the group in our GDOS text.
Work. Occasionally, groups get down to working, and when members work, we see evidence in goal and task definition, problem solving, and clarification of established plans. Coding the group. Once you understand the 7 categories, you can begin to use the GDOS as a tool. You need to obtain first a word-for-word transcript of a group session. Then you should break down discussion content into discrete units of interaction, or unitize them as explained in the GDOS text. Then analyze the units by associating one of the 7 categories with each. GDOS and the stages of development. Once analyzed, one can use the coded transcript. In the 5 stages of group development, a typical group's communication in a stage should correspond to the group codes. A majority of statements in one code, a predominance, serves as a good indicator of a group stage. If the majority of codes indicate dependency, then we might call the group a stage 1 group. If the majority are work statements, then we would identify the group as stage 4. Research shows that high-functioning work groups might display about 85% work and 15% non-work statements. For more information and examples, consult the GDOS text. We hope you find this tool easy to use and helpful. If you have questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to one of us. Thank you for your time and your attention. So long for now.